Well, a very good morning from Phuket, and as you can see today I'm down on the beach and we are actually on Kata Beach, and we're going to be taking a little bit more of a deeper look at the area known as Kata. For anybody who hasn't visited Phuket before, Kata is a very popular area with the tourists. It's good for couples, families, also solo travellers and groups. There's plenty of shops here, restaurants, there's large chain hotels, lots of small guest houses. There are 2 beaches at Kata to enjoy. The beach that we're standing on is the main Kata beach. But there is also Kata Noi, which we shall be taking a look at. The main beach at Kata is set in a shallow cove. It offers a really nice beach, really nice quality sand. It's great for swimming. At the moment we're in low season. There has been some storms of late, so the surf is quite rough today. But normally this beach offers a great place for swimming as the coastline drops away into the water very gradually. If you're coming out here in the low season, otherwise known as the rainy season, then I would say please pay attention to the warning flags on the beach, because Kata does have some strong currents. In fact, a lot of the beaches in Phuket also have the same problem, and there has been recently a spate of people, when it's been clearly marked not to swim, going in the water, swimming when they shouldn't be, and then finding themselves in difficulty. Of course, the flags are there for a reason, so please, 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 if you're coming out in the low season, pay attention to these flags because they're there for your benefit. If it says no swimming, then that means there's strong undercurrents and you could quickly find yourself struggling. Water quality on Kata Beach is normally very good. I haven't heard of any issues with the water quality or read any articles online concerning Kata. The beach itself does have a tree line towards the back of the beach, which offers a degree of shade should you need to get out of the sun. There are also quite a good choice of sunbeds should you require them. Now, as you can see, the centre section of the beach doesn't have any sun lounges. They're mainly situated towards either end of the beach. Normally on Kata Beach you are going to find some type of water sports. Kata does normally have jet skis for hire, but today the sea is a little bit rough. If you are planning on hiring a jet ski, the one that we're looking at the moment is actually the Lifeguards Jet Ski. If you are planning on renting one of these from the beach, a few words of caution. If you're going to hire one, then my best advice before you take it out into the sea is to go round the jet ski, take any photographs of any damage before you rent the jet ski from the vendor, so that if there's any problems whatsoever, you have these pictures to prove that the damage was already there before you took the jet ski out. Because there has been a few cases where people have complained about some of the jet ski operators running scams, charging them for damage that was already on the jet ski before they hired it. So it's just a word of caution to be aware of that. I haven't heard of any issues on Kata Beach in particular. Most of the issues that I've heard about is actually in Patong. So whether you're in Kata or Patong, just making sure there's no damage on the jet ski before you take it out. And if there is, then point it out to the vendor. Also take some photos so that you're both well aware of the damage. Kata itself does offer a great choice when it comes to hotels, restaurants, shops, etc. which of course I'm not going to be able to cover them all in this single video. I'm just going to give you an overview of Kata itself, and then at later videos I'm going to do individual videos regarding restaurants in the Kata area and also hotels. So watch out for that in the coming months. There's also things I'm going to be adding onto my new website. So if you don't know about that, then go and check that out. I will include the link in the description down below to my new site. Kata itself is actually quite a large area, a lot larger than most people would think. There are 4 main roads that serve Kata. Now, of course, if you're going to be checking out some of the restaurants in Kata, it's always a good idea to use apps such as Google Maps and check out their latest reviews of particular restaurants that you're looking to visit to see whether they've got negative or positive reviews in the last few weeks, because of course it's very difficult to review all the restaurants and keep up to current date as staff change. During low season you will find restaurants and companies do change the staff quite a lot, staff leave, etc., and this of course can affect your experience when visiting that particular company or business. Towards the southern end of Kata Beach you're going to find the Surf Shop, which is a bar and restaurant. They also have a place where you can practice your surfing without actually being in the sea, which is quite popular with a lot of the tourists. I haven't eaten here before, so I can't comment on what the food is actually like. But besides this particular restaurant, there are quite a few shops running back towards the second road. Okay, let's now go and take a look at the main road that runs through Kata, heading towards Karon. Most of the shops running along this main road are situated on your right hand side, and the reason for this is on the left hand side you have the big Club Med resort. I'm now standing at the junction of Pakbang Road, right outside of Beyond Resort Kata, and this is one of the main roads that runs right through the centre. As you can see, you're going to find a lot of restaurants, coffee shops, mini marts, money exchanges, massage shops, really just about everything. And this road runs all the way down into Karon, right at the bottom. Keep going that direction and you will come to Karon. Lots of shops, lots of hotels along here. In the other direction, if you turn at the junction to your right, as you can see just down the bottom, if you turn right, that will then take you to Kata Noi. Now there looks to be a taxi point here right on the junction of Pakbang Road by Beyond Resort Kata. If you're going to be taking taxis to get around, then I would suggest trying to find metered cars rather than taking the tuk-tuks. A lot of tourists lately have been complaining that tuk-tuks are very expensive, the drivers are ripping them off, etc. My best advice would to stay away as much as possible from the tuk-tuks. Try to find metered cars, order them from the hotel if possible. That way you know that as long as the driver's using the meter, you're paying a fair price. If you can't unfortunately find any metered cars and you have to take a tuk-tuk because you need to get to somewhere, then make sure you discuss the price and finalise the price before you start your journey. Now just up from the Beyond Resort Kata, there is a small area on your right hand side where there is a collection of smaller bars, a few restaurants. Kata's nightlife really revolves around restaurant stroke bars. It's a lot more relaxed. If you're looking for a more upbeat nightlife, then Patong is 15 to 20 minutes away from Kata by taxi. You're going to be able to find that exciting nightlife, obviously all your bars, clubs, etc. if that's what you want. If you come to Kata for a more relaxed atmosphere, then this is a great place. Lots of good restaurants here. I've now moved further along the main road. Small souvenir shops you're going to find along this road as you head towards Karon. There are, of course, some sois on your right hand side, leading off to even more restaurants, more shops. There's also hotels situated down some of the sois. Lots and lots of choice here in Kata. I'm actually just outside the front of the Wine Connection. This is quite a good restaurant, or it was. As I say, it's always best to check recent reviews if you're planning on going anywhere. We're moving more and more now towards Karon. I'm now standing towards the more northern end of Kata. The road in front of me, if you follow this down, it will take you back to the northern end of the beach. You have the main road that runs along through Kata that we've just come down. If you go back along this road, that will take you to the Beyond Resort Kata in that direction and all the shops down there. If you follow the road that's directly in front of me now, that will take you down to Karon. There are, of course, a lot of shops and restaurants either side of this road, all the way down into Karon. I've just noticed a small indoor plaza. There's a few shops in there, what looks like restaurants, etc. So we're now back on the main road that runs past the pink restaurant, and if you follow it down going in that direction, you will go towards the Beyond Kata Resort. And the reason why I've come down here is there is a collection of smaller bars. If you're looking for somewhere to have a drink, then these bars are going to be ideal. I think some of the bars do have girl hostesses. So of course, if you're looking for that side of the nightlife, there is a small amount here just in front of me. They used to be just here, but they've actually moved them, and this is now all new. So you have a number of bars. Kata's not known for the most liveliest of nightlife, but there is some nightlife here. So as you can see, a few restaurants. If you're staying towards the more northern end, or you just want to have a wander down. Now, of course, people don't realise just how big Kata is, and if you was to walk around the whole of Kata, I would guess that it would take you at least half a day, because it is a fair size. It is fairly well spread out. Quite a large bar there, the Black Cap Bar. Swaddy Cap. We will be coming back in the evening time, taking a look at this area of the nightlife. It is just after 11 o'clock in the morning, so none of these bars, of course, open. We are in the low season as well, so the bars tend to open a lot later at this time of year. But there is a reasonable selection here. Just notice some prices. If you're a Guinness drinker, 260 baht a pint, or a half 150. Not the cheapest I've seen. There are some special offers. You just need to hunt around to find them, such as the one in front of me there, the Happy Hour cocktail at 99 baht. So you can find some reasonable prices. See a small chang there for 50 baht. That's quite reasonable. If you're looking for a little bit of nightlife, this is the area you need to make your way down to. Just notice this diving shop, so if that's something you're looking at doing, they've got try scuba diving lesson for 1,000 baht. I think that's in a pool, because it does say pool tryout scuba. Of course, if you're looking at doing more serious diving, there's quite a few diving shops over here in Phuket. One of the main areas is near to where I live, which is Shillong. There is an awful lot of diving shops over there, so it might be worth taking a visit over there if you're interested in doing some diving. I've made my way further along the same road now, and I'm outside the Kata Garden Resort. Again, more shops, more restaurants. And you can see right at the bottom of the road there in the distance is Karon. So Kata and Karon are situated quite close together. Depending on where you're staying in Kata, you can walk the distance from Kata to Karon. However, if you're staying the more southern end of Kata, it is a fair walk, probably 20-30 minutes in each direction. We're just outside the Dino restaurant, Dino Burger, I'm not sure what it's called. This place also has mini golf as well available, so you can sit and have a meal and then play a round of mini golf. Now, I have eaten here before. It's been many years ago, and it was quite an unusual experience, to be honest, because it's a dinosaur themed restaurant. As you can see, they've got a bit of jungle inside, and then as you walk around there's various different things regarding dinosaurs, so it's quite good for the children. On top of that, you've got the mini golf. It's not currently open because it's early morning at the moment. It doesn't open until in the afternoon, but I'm going to try and come back and film this in the evening time and cover this area, because I feel it's quite good for families. Across the road from the Dino Burger, you have the Buffalo Steakhouse. There are a few other restaurants along here. There used to be a really good Two Chefs, but I think that's closed down. There is still a Two Chefs in Kata, but that is now towards the more northern end, going towards Kata Noi, which we are going to now make our way towards. We're now going to make our way back along this road, going towards Kata Noi, to give you you a sample of some of the many shops, restaurants and small bars down here. They've recently opened a new coffee club, restaurant, cafe and bar. Lots of little souvenir shops also scattered down. Again, a few soys running off here. This one you're going to find one of the night markets along. We're now heading back towards the Beyond Kata Resort, going past Club Med on our right hand side now. Just coming up to the entrance of Club Med actually. Very nice hotel, Club Med. You have of course got some budget hotels, the Ibis is here. There's a few other budget hotels in Kata as well if you're on more of a tighter budget. Palm Square offering more restaurants, massage, shops. You're looking to get a tattoo while you're over here. Quite a few tattoo shops around here. Now, as I say, I'm going to do some individual videos on the restaurants in Kata because there's far too many for me to do in one single video. So keep an eye out for those on my channel over the next few months. I'm going to come over, have some food over here, check some of the different restaurants out. I've got a particular one that I'm going to try very shortly that's got very, very good comments on Google. We're now just coming down towards the Beyond Kata Resort. At the bottom here I'm going to be turning right, which will then take me up towards Kata Noi. Now again, if you take a left turning rather than going right here, so you're going away from Kata Noi, you're going to find even more restaurants, even more shops. So as I say, Kata is fairly spread out, so it's well worth exploring. Or you can go this way, which is now heading towards Kata Noi. Now just down here you're going to come to the Two Chefs restaurant. Again, the Two Chefs, I have eaten at the restaurants before. Very good food. I would advise you to check each individual restaurant for their latest reviews to just make sure they're getting good reviews, because of course it's been some time since I last eaten here. Here it is, just here on the left hand side, the Two Chefs. Normally the food's very good. They also have live entertainment on certain nights of the week. So if you like to listen to a band while you're having a meal, then that's a place definitely to check out. They do have offers on as well, different times during the month. Okay, we're going to go now and make our way down into Kata Noi. Lovely beach at Kata Noi. I have covered Kata before on a previous video if you want to check that out, but it is about just over 2 years old now, so I wanted to do a more updated version and obviously add a little bit more detail of things that I didn't cover before. I did cover Kata Noi before and I have covered the beach. Got some nice drone shots of Kata Noi on my previous video. Quite a few places to stay in Kata Noi, but it is a little bit more upmarket, so it's going to cost you a little bit more to stay here. Nightlife over in Kata Noi is a lot more quieter than in Kata itself. It consists really of a very small road with a few shops and restaurants, and I do mean a few. It's just a scattering of shops and restaurants, a few bars, nothing exciting I'm afraid at night, which means that you really need either your own transport to get into Kata or you're going to need taxis, because as you can see there is quite a steep hill leading down into Kata Noi, which means you're going to have this, if you decide to walk it, in both directions, and probably walking it's going to take you 15 or 20 minutes, certainly around the half-an-hour mark each way. The main hotel here in Kata Noi is the Kata Noi. Now I have had friends stay here in the past and they have said that it exceeded their expectations. It is of course a 5-star hotel, so it is quite expensive. There are a few other smaller hotels situated in Kata Noi, but the main one is the Kata Noi. So we're just behind the back of the large Kata Noi hotel. We're just coming down now. As you'll see, there's only a few restaurants, shops, a couple of mini marts I think, a few souvenir shops, laundry, a suit shop I can see. Not a great choice here. It's okay if you're looking really to spend most of your time using the hotel facilities, if you're lucky enough to be staying in the Kata Noi. It is a beautiful hotel, has a fantastic pool area, direct access onto Kata Noi beach. But at night time, not a great choice of things to do, really very much relaxed. So that is worth bearing in mind if you're trying to decide between Kata and Kata Noi. It's a lovely area, but a lot quieter you're going to find it, not only in the daytime but also in the evening. There is beach access there to the public. It isn't a private beach. A lot of people think at Kata Noi that it's actually a private beach, but it isn't. It's open to the public. However, the Kata Noi, as you can see, all this is the Kata Noi's grounds. Well, I thought I'd take a look around Kata Noi, just show you the beach. I have covered it before, but I'm going to show you again anyway as I'm down here. Now this is the entrance to the public beach. It is a public beach, as I say, right next door to the seaside restaurant. Now there is an issue with parking. If you're coming down here in a car, there isn't a lot of public parking. There is a lot for the Kata Noi hotel, but of course that's reserved for hotel guests. So if you're not staying there, there is a small area for motorbikes here. As you can see, there's a few motorbikes there parked up, and there's also an area along this road on the left hand side as you're going back towards Kata. But as you can see, again, this is quite busy, not a lot of spaces left there, so you need to get down here quite early to get a parking space. You might struggle with parking down here. But this is the access onto the beach. Very nice beach here in Kata Noi. Kata benefits by having the two beaches, so if you get bored of the one beach, you can always come down to the second one and spend a day, an afternoon, a morning, whatever the case may be. All the buildings behind me here, this is all part of the hotel, and again, all the buildings here are all part of the Kata Noi hotel. It's very windy today, low season. We've had some heavy rain during the past few days. It has cleared up today. Beautiful day, blue skies, but very windy. If you're using the beach, please take heed to the flags on the beach. They're there for a reason. They're there for your safety. If it's saying no swimming, then the best thing is not to go in and swim. Very rough surf. I don't see too many people in the sea today. Red flags about. Probably best to stay out today because it's very rough. Again, no issues with the water quality. It's very good. I've not seen any comments online or any of the social media groups that I follow that have issued anything about water quality in Kata Noi. On a calm day, it is a great place to come, bring the family and do some swimming.